4 years. 4 years since the horrific incident that happened at my high school. And I honestly cannot believe it. If you are new to my channel, or if you're just now watching my videos, or if you're just new to the channel, every year on Valentine's Day, I do a video representing what happened at my high school. I've done these videos, my whole 4 years of high school. And needless to say, it's been an emotional ride. I am now a senior, and I'm going to be graduating from Stoneman Douglas in 4 months. This video is to commemorate the 17 beautiful lives that were lost on Valentine's Day at my high school at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas in 2018. Now, a lot of people tell me, and they come at me asking why don't I just let it go, or why don't I just let it be, or why am I always harping on it? And the God's honest truth, guys, is that it is out of my control. These are emotions that I have never felt in my life before. And it's difficult to explain to someone who may or may not understand. It's difficult to explain even just to a normal human being these kind of feelings. And I keep saying these kind of feelings, like, I'm just gonna get right to the point, guys. I've been emotionally prepping myself for Valentine's Day and for what is to come. And I have been blaming myself a lot for it. I have been putting a lot of guilt on myself for what happened and why I didn't do something about it. And it's been really hard for me. And I've been asked, why do you do that to yourself? Why do you put that responsibility on yourself for lives that were lost? And honestly, I don't even know why I do it. I don't know why I put so much guilt and responsibility on myself for something that was out of my control. I try my best to always tell myself how it was out of my control and how I really couldn't have done anything to save anyone that day, even though I would have in a heartbeat. Honestly, just wish that I did do something that day. And I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. Ironically, Valentine's Day is supposed to be a day where a lot of people come together and they love each other and they appreciate each other. And it's not the case today, at least for me, it's not. In this case, Valentine's Day for me is mainly filled with a lot of negative emotions. And, again, I can't really control it. It's more out of my control. However, I do want to shed some light on just the positives that can happen this day. A lot of people feel the same way. A lot of people, still feel guilty about it. They still get dreams about it. They still have PTSD about it. And it's all normal. It is. All of these emotions are normal. I have talked to a licensed therapist about my feelings and about just what I have been putting on myself. And I know I shouldn't, but a part of me still feels bad. A part of me feels bad if I don't blame myself, or a part of me just feels down on myself if I don't put myself on that pedestal of guilt. And I know I shouldn't, but I do anyways. And it sucks to feel this way, but like I said, it's out of my control. Today I am going to be commemorating the 17 beautiful lives by helping out on campus and doing campus beautification, as they call it, which is basically just cleaning up the courtyard in the school. And I like going to the school because it's like a reminder that we're all one big family. We're all a part of this in our own ways. And like I said, we're just one big family, and that's what I like about it so much. I've had my ups and downs with Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, even outside of what happened. And, I'm honestly just reflecting on everything At the end of the day, I try to be there for a lot of people, and I try to do my best to make sure that everyone else is okay, while also make sure I'm okay, which is kind of a hard thing to do, but it's just who I am as a person. I never am one of those people just to put myself first. And like I'm always, and that's the part of the reason why I feel so guilty for what happened, is because I'm a selfless person. And it's a part of me. I just have such a big heart, and you know, just feeling what I have been feeling these past few weeks, it's just who I am as a person. And it took a lot to identify that. It took a lot to identify why I felt this way and why I felt so guilty for what happened, but at the end of the day, you know, I was just really happy to identify why I'm feeling this way and other ways I can solve it. I have been emotionally and mentally prepping myself for this day, and it has been really, really hard for me. There's been countless nights where I go to bed and I feel guilty for what happened, or I wake up from a really shitty dream from what happened. And honestly, I know this takes time, and I know this takes time and a lot of practicing of healing to do. And that's why, you know, one of my ways of coping with my guilt, or one of my ways to feel like I've done my part, is to commemorate them. And it is the reason why I'm still going to the school to this day. Now, a lot of people would have said, you know, a lot of people switched out, you know, and a lot of people, you know, stopped going to Douglas or just stopped going to school. And, you know, honestly, I felt like if I were to do that, then I'd consider myself a quitter. I didn't want to just stop going to Douglas after what happened. I honestly would not be able to live with myself if that did happen. And at the end of the day, you know, this day is, a lot of people are already over it. A lot of people don't even care about it anymore. A lot of people it doesn't affect anymore. And, you know, I'm happy for those people. And I'm happy for those people that don't feel anything from this, because I mean, I'm sure if you were to ask anyone, they wouldn't want to feel PTSD or anxiety or stress or trauma or guilt from this situation, because it is a really, really such shitty situation to be in. And sadly, in our society, it's becoming a reoccurring thing where a lot of schools tend to experience the same thing. I know I've been talking about myself a lot throughout this video, you know, just, I guess, just venting to you guys about how I feel, but truth is, like, this has literally been cooped up inside me for weeks. Ever since the late January started, I started to feel, you know, the wrath of the 14th coming, and at that point I realized that I had to prep myself for what was to come. But I want to speak to the people that are feeling either the same way or maybe a different way, or just feeling anything from this day. I want to speak to the people watching right now. I want to say to you guys that this is just the beginning. We couldn't have done anything to stop it. We couldn't have walked up to the shooter, or we couldn't have texted them, because we didn't know. We didn't know what was going to happen. Nobody, I don't think anyone really knew what was going to happen that day, especially on a day of love. But I want to share to you guys to make sure that you have a loving companion by your side, rather that be your girlfriend, boyfriend, dog, mother, sister, brother. Just have someone there with you. And I really hope you're doing okay. To a lot of the kids that moved away after they graduated, I want to speak to you guys too. I just want to say that you're really strong, and I'm proud of you guys for stepping up to the plate. I'm really proud of you guys for accomplishing something that not a lot of people can do, and recovering from something that is not normal in our society. Honestly, it's not. I'm proud of the class of 2021 that managed to fight through the storm and graduate from the school, and, you know, decided to accomplish something with their lives. I know a lot of people that were in that building personally, and, you know, I'm just really so proud of them for how far they come. And it's hard saying that, being a student that still goes there and is still fighting through the storm, but, you know, I'm also wanting to shed some light on the people that have accomplished that were there that day. So I want to encourage everyone throughout this tragic day, everyone in my community, everyone that I am surrounded with, just make sure that you always know that you are loved, that you are appreciated, that you fought through something that no one else can, and you still are. You're still going through it. You're still fighting through the storm that we all have to face tragically. I'm not gonna lie, guys, this has been one of the main reasons why I've been just so down lately, and I feel like after today happens that I am going to be a lot better, that I'm going to start working towards a better future, and I have some announcements to share at the end of the video, but I want to do that to leave off on a good note. Today, like I said, I'm going to be doing campus beautification, and I'm going to be going to the vigil that's happening right up the street at the park just to commemorate them. And I feel like this is going to be different for me because this is going to be my last time in this community celebrating it. And I'm going to share with you guys why in a minute, but I want to say that this is going to be my last time celebrating the 14th in this community, and it's going to be really hard for me. You know, this community, I've grown up with this community, you know, throughout my high school career. This is every year on the 14th, this community and my friends is all I've really had. I mean, I've only had a girlfriend like only once throughout the 14th, and you know, even just being surrounded by couples and stuff like that, you know, it's like you don't pay attention to that kind of stuff when you're so focused on something else. So it's kind of like it's a weird situation. I'm so flooded with all these emotions that I don't really have that Valentine vibe, you know, like I don't really have that, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like, it's something that you don't pay attention to one thing if you experience another thing personally. Like, I cannot experience Valentine's Day the same anymore due to what happened 4 years ago. And like I said, I've gotten a lot of hate for this. A lot of people just tell me to let go of it and to just let it be. Like, why are you obsessing over it? And it's like, people like that don't really understand that this kind of stuff is uncontrollable. And if it was really that easy, if I could just shut all these emotions off and go live my life, I would. But it's really not that easy. And I try to explain that to those people, but they really just don't get it. It's just one of those people that they don't get it. Like, they don't understand it until they walk in your shoes. And that's understandable. Like, some people don't really understand situations until they walk in your shoes, and then they're like, wow, I get it now. This community is really just all I've had throughout Valentine's Day to actually understand me and to understand what I'm feeling and what I'm going through. And a lot of, you know, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I have received some criticism, even from family, that my feelings are not justified just because I wasn't there. And when I was told that, my heart stung, like my whole body was paralyzed. Being told from someone you love that your feelings aren't justified because you weren't at a specific location, it kind of hurts. It does. It hurts a lot more than someone else knows. It's kind of like a form of betrayal in a way that you don't really know until you actually process it. And you know, I've been told that even just from old friends, that I shouldn't be feeling this way, or I shouldn't be obsessing over it, or I shouldn't be feeling this kind of way just because I wasn't in the building that day. What people don't realize, and I've shared this in last year's video, what people don't realize is that I've probably seen a lot more than many other individuals. And I'm not just talking about in real life, I just mean what happened at Stoneman Douglas is a lot of people took videos that day on their phones. There was surveillance videos, there was surveillance cameras. Needless to say, it's been leaked on the internet. And I have seen all of it. So I do understand. Probably more than the average person knows. And honestly, I'm not that kind of person to compare traumas with someone. If you were in that community, if you were in that bubble of police cars and seeing people with blood on them, like, you know, it just It baffles me how one person can think that way, to compare traumas with another person because they were at a separate location that day. It kind of sickens me in a way, because I'm not that kind of person. Like I said, I'm not that kind of person. And I feel like everyone is valid with their own feelings. Even people that were in Parkland. Some people were in Orlando that lost friends, that lost family, that lost cousins, that lost siblings. Like it just goes on a different kind of spectrum that some people don't really fathom. They just say it and then they don't understand how badly it does hurt a person. So no, I wasn't on campus, but I did see the majority of what happened in that building, and it was not pretty. And yes, I've had several dreams. I've had several PTSD attacks. I've had countless nights where I wish I did something, but I didn't. And being an 8th grader, having to experience all of that, I was an 8th grader at the time, but being an 8th grader, experiencing all of that, it messes with your mind. What happened that day, I didn't really understand it. I really didn't. I didn't understand what was going on. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't. And it's part of the reason why I feel so guilty, is because I wish I did know what was going on. Now, with all of that being said, guys, I just want to touch up on it real quick and just say to remind everyone that you love them, and don't hesitate to spread love around you and in your area or just in general. Feel free to contact me if you guys need anything. I'm going to try my best to stay on the positive side of what is happening today, but is very difficult to. I am getting the help I need. I have plenty of support systems, and I am gonna do my best to make sure that everyone else is okay too. No matter what, guys, we always gotta remember to live for them. We have to remember to do what we want to do for them. They may not be with us, but they are definitely with us in spirit, and they definitely live on inside of our hearts. And no matter what happens, they're with us. No matter what happens, guys, I just want to let you guys know that this entire process of healing is difficult for me, and I've been doing my personal best. And I've been fighting through a storm for the past few weeks that not a lot of people have known about. Only my closest friends have known, and my family has known. And I just want to let you guys know that I'm gonna be okay. This video is just to commemorate them and what we've lost and what we've gone through, but this is also to commemorate our accomplishments throughout our life. With that being said, I said I was gonna leave this video off on a good note, and I want to do so. So I want to tell you guys that I got accepted into college. That's right, guys. I got an acceptance letter a few days ago from my dream college. They're actually a really nice school, and it studies in what I want to do, which is film. So it was honestly the best news I could have ever received, and it was the best thing that could have happened to me. And it tells me that things are looking up, and it tells me that I have a lot to look forward to in my life. And with that also being said, if you guys couldn't tell already, I have piercings in both of my ears, and I just want to say that I did get my ears pierced completely. That's right, guys. Throughout my videos, you have seen me with piercings in my ears, but they were little magnets that attached to my ear. They weren't actually real. They were just magnets and clip-ons that I used just to make myself, you know, bling a little bit. But these are actually, these are artificial. They're pierced through, and I actually like them. They look nice on me. There's a closer look for anyone who likes them. Yeah, I honestly like them. They're actually really nice. Like I said earlier in the video, a part of me feels guilty for what happened, and a part of me actually kind of feels guilty for even being accepted into college, because they didn't get that opportunity to. They didn't get that opportunity to get accepted into college or get their first car, or, you know, just doing what people love the most, and which is getting a lot of accomplishments done. And a part of me still feels like I don't deserve it. And part of me still feels like that I shouldn't have gotten a letter, But at the end of the day, I have to remind myself that I do deserve this after all my hard work, and I'm gonna do my best I can to commemorate them. At the end of the day, you know, it's one big emotional wreck that has happened in my life, but it's only a step forward each and every day. I am pushing, I am fighting, and I will get to the side that I will once I fully get out of high school. Before I end this video, I just want to touch up on it. Just make sure you're loved, make sure you're supported, make sure you have plenty of your friends and family members that are there for you. And like I said, I am here for you guys if you guys need to talk. I leave my social media down below. Feel free to contact me at any given time if you're feeling anything. And I mean anything, because I will be here for you guys, even if I don't know you personally. If you're going through family troubles or trauma or anything like that, relationship problems, I will be here for you guys, and I will help the best I can. Last year I made this, well no, I actually made this a few years ago, but last year I showed it in the video as a little reminder just to make something that helps you get through your troubles and hardships. If not a sculpture, maybe you can draw, maybe you can write, maybe you can type. Make something that helps you vent out your feelings, because it definitely does help me make these videos, or just to type it down or to make something like this. With that being said, guys, I'm gonna get out of your hair. I love you guys. I hope you guys are doing okay, and I hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day. And if this doesn't affect you, then I really hope your day is gonna be going good, and you have a significant other to spend the day with, and that you're gonna be okay with. And I wish you guys nothing but the best. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in a much more positive video. Peace out, guys.